Hello everyone, it's Robert at the Samplist, and today we'll be checking out Soundstorm Volume 3 Nemesis by Auddict. Soundstorm Volume 3 is Audict's third installment in their Soundstorm series. It comes packed with a lot of different presets and thousands of WAV files that you can use outside of the library. The focus for this volume is modern thriller and horror scoring for films, games, and trailers, bringing an awesome edge to your compositions. At the time of this recording, Soundstorm Volume 3 is on an intro sale of $140 with the normal price being $280. The download size of Soundstorm Volume 3 is 12.74 gigs and it requires the full version of Contact 5 and higher. In this video, we'll be going through some of the presets of Soundstorm Volume 3, do an overview of the library, and a composition where we'll hear this intense, dark library in context. A big shout out, by the way, to Auddict for letting us check out this library at no cost. Even so, we're in no way influencing my thoughts, opinions, or anything else in this video. So with that said, let's go. Alright, so we have Soundstorm 3 Nemesis open right now. It looks cool, this thing sounds awesome, clean. It's an awesome library, versatile, so let's get right down to it. Before we really dive in, I will let you know that these red keys, when you see them, they are going to affect the pitch of some of the waveforms. And as we go up and down the pitches here, the waveform will either go faster or slower depending. And then if there are instruments like the strings, as you'll see later on, that there is no red area like this, then the waveforms will go normally throughout the keyboard as they were each recorded and rendered out. So just wanted to make sure I said that now before I forget. So let's go right into it, and we're going to just skip around here because we have a lot of presets. So let's go into aberrations. Another thing that you'll hear is the volume of what you play will be affected by the velocity. So that is one thing to keep in mind, because the mod wheel or the expression, they're not going to impact things here. But you could use the pitch bend to bend pitches, which is very nice to have, as you heard me do earlier with one of the atmospheres. So far, I'm really impressed with how, like I said, it does sound clean, but it has all these different sounds that you could really just keep playing over and over again. A lot of variety here that will take you pretty far. And in some cases, you'll have different elements laid out separately so you could combine them to make something bigger. Let's keep going. You really hear the gnarliness of the synth down low. Really like it. As it goes higher, it sounds more pleasant, but you can still probably get some good gnarliness if you add like Decapitator or something to it, or put it through Guitar Rig or Isotope's Trash. Let's keep going. Another thing I should mention is when you play the black keys in the blue area in these types of patches, it will play the white key that is a half note above. So in this case, D sharp and E will be the same for these types of patches. I know that that's a drone, but I could really see myself using this as a really cool downbeat accentuator here. Like on its own, I think that's a badass sound. I really like how a lot of this sounds. The string patches sound fantastic. I like how these stomps also can be used, especially going really low, to get some really good boomy effects too, that could really complement the boom patch or the hits or anything else with some good reverb, some compression and whatnot. Let's keep going. Now this is giving me some cool ideas for my own sound design down the line. This is sweet. Alright, so that does it here for the presets that are like so well done. I really like this. Everything sounds awesome and there's so much in here. So much that you could use for your horror movies, your horror trailers, your thrillers, your suspense. A lot of different cool features here, a lot of cool sounds and different ways to use them. So yeah, that does it for this section. Next, we'll hit up the UI. Since we're going through the UI, let's take a look at this awesome library here. So first, let's just look at the design. I love this design. This is so cool. The eye setup and everything. It looks really cool. And then when you play a key, this activates too. You see the waveform. So let's start from the top. You could choose your impulse response here for your reverb. You can change the amount, time. And then you could also choose where the sample will start. So that's pretty cool. You have not your ADSR, but your AHDSR envelope over here. Or for some reason, as I called it earlier, your ADSR. I will see myself out. You also have your curve here for that. You have your filter curve over here, and you can adjust various aspects of the filter over here. Pretty sweet stuff. I like the logo down here, and it says what it is over here. You also choose that over here for the filter curve. Don't forget that. Now over here is the sequencer, and I really think this is cool. You could choose the velocity for different things here, for the different steps. We'll keep that. We could change the rate, the duration, swing, the amount of steps, change the direction and whatnot. I think this is really cool. Very simple. That's something I like. I like simplicity, because usually simple that is effective and efficient usually means that it will play very well right out the box. Doesn't require a lot of time to tweak and everything. It just means everything will work well. And I think that's something we should all really try to enjoy when it comes to these and appreciate. So let me just toy around here a little. Let's play a C. Very nice. Let's switch it on and then play that same C. Sounds really cool. Now let's add some other pitches for fun. And that's pretty cool. I really think that's pretty sweet. So yeah, I really think this is just easily set up for the whole library. I think these are great for beginners, intermediates, experts, and whatnot, just to get to writing right away and toying around with sounds and adding your own effects on the side. I think this is great. I think this is great for everyone to check out. And so yeah, that does it for the UI over here, because it's, like I said, very well thought out and laid out in an efficient manner. So next is the composition. I hope you like it. It's meant to be more of like a longer intro for a trailer, more toned down and everything. So check it out. So my final thoughts on Soundstorm 3 Nemesis is that it's one of the better toolkits I've seen, especially this one that is so targeted towards a specific niche. In this case, it's the horror, thriller, suspense end of things, and it does it very well. Everything sounds clean, sounds very nice, everything's recorded well. I really think this is a great thing to have in your template, and if you only had this for a horror score, I think you'd be in good hands. So yeah, please like this video and subscribe to the Samplist, and please comment below what you think of this library, how you would use it, because I could even see myself using this library in things outside of what it targets in the horror, darker world. So yeah, happy writing, everyone.